Hello, my name is Junaid and welcome to the next video on Microsoft Excel. In this video, we will look at the Excel screen. We will understand the function of different components displayed on the Excel screen. Whenever you open an Excel file, there are various components displayed on the screen. Starting from the top left side, there is this file menu. When you click on the file menu, it opens the backstage view information like size of the current workbook, title of the workbook, tags, categories, etc. And you can also create a new file from the file menu, or you can open an existing file. You can save the current workbook. You can use a save as option. Print, you can print the current worksheet, share, export, close, and there is this account option, options menu. So this is the backstage view. We don't have to go deeper into this. So let us get back to the Excel screen. And another important thing in an Excel worksheet is the active cell. The active cell is the cell that accepts values from the keyboard. Whenever you type something on the keyboard, it gets fed into the active cell, and the active cell is the cell that has a bold outline, like this cell H6 here. It is the active cell, and whenever you click somewhere on some cell, it becomes the active cell. Another thing that is there in Microsoft Excel is the formulas bar. The formulas bar displays value that is there in the active cell, or if there is some formula in the active cell, the formula bar displays that. Suppose here we type some value in this cell and some other value in this cell. At the formula bar, it displays the value of the active cell. And suppose we type some formula here in this cell, and in this cell the value or the result is 9, but in the formulas bar you can see there is the formula that has been entered in this cell. So this was about the formulas bar. Another important thing that is there in Microsoft Excel screen is the name box. This is the name box here. It displays the address of the active cell. The address of this cell is A1, it is displayed here. Similarly, the address of this cell is B1, it is displayed here. Or if you give some name to a particular cell or a range of cells, that name or that range name gets displayed in this name box. You can give a name to a particular cell or a range of cells by selecting the cell or range of cells and right clicking, and here after you right click, there is this option, define name option. Click on it and you can give some name. To the cell or range of cells. You can also set the scope for that name and click OK, and you can see the name A has been displayed in the name box. So this is about the name box. Giving a name to a cell or a range of cells is pretty much important, and we will look at it later in later videos. So let us not discuss that at this time, because this is an introductory lecture. So let us not go into more detail this time. Let us keep that as a separate topic for next time. This was about the name box. Similarly, there is this option here, the collapse ribbon option. If you want some more space in your worksheet, you can collapse the ribbon. Click on it and see there is more space in your current worksheet. To display the ribbon again, click on the display ribbon display option and click on show tabs and commands, and it is back. The ribbon is back here. So this is about the collapse ribbon button. Similarly, at the bottom here you can see this sheet 1 here. This is the active worksheet. In a workbook there can be more than one worksheets, and to add worksheets in your workbook you can click on this plus sign here. It means new sheet. Whenever you click on it, a new sheet gets created. You can rename a sheet by double clicking on it and giving some name. For example, I double click here, I give some name here. So this is how you add worksheets in an Excel sheet, and how you can rename a worksheet. You can also delete worksheets in your workbook by right clicking on a particular worksheet and selecting this delete option. You can rename it, you can move or copy the current worksheet. So these are the different options, those are there related to the worksheet. Similarly, there is this horizontal scroll bar. You can use the horizontal scroll bar to navigate the current worksheet horizontally, and there is also this vertical scroll bar here which you can use to navigate vertically. So another thing that is there is this zoom option. Click on it and drag it left or right to zoom in and zoom out your worksheet. You can also press Control on your keyboard and move the mouse wheel, scroll the mouse wheel. So that is also an option by which you can zoom in and zoom out. Control and move your wheel on the mouse. So that was about zoom in and zoom out. Another option there is this these views: normal view, page layout view, page breakup preview. So going further, at the top of the Excel workbook, here it is the title bar. Here it displays the name of the actual workbook, and at the left side of the title bar here is the quick access toolbar. The quick access toolbar displays some of the most repetitive tasks you have to perform in Microsoft Excel. The three most commonly used repetitive tasks in Excel are save, undo and redo, and these are displayed in the quick access toolbar by default. It is the save button here, this is the undo button, and this is the redo button. And if you want to customize the quick access toolbar, click here and you can check mark some of the other items that you want to include in the quick access toolbar. Like for example, I want to add the email option here, I want to add the open option here, I want to add the sort ascending option here. So these files are these options are then included in the quick access toolbar, and if I want to remove some of the options, I simply have to uncheck these options. So this is the quick access toolbar. If you want to move the quick access toolbar below the ribbon, click here and you can see the quick access toolbar has been displayed here below the ribbon. I will move it above again. You can also customize the quick access tool by clicking on the file menu and then clicking on the options dialog box, and in the options, Excel options dialog box, here is this quick access toolbar option where you can add some other options to the quick access toolbar. Like for example, I will add the table function here to the quick access toolbar and I will click OK here, and you can see here in the quick access toolbar the table option has been added. So this was about the quick access toolbar. Now an interesting thing in Microsoft Excel is the undo and redo option. Whenever you want to change your mind, for example, you performed some you entered some value and you just realized that you have entered an incorrect value and you want to change your mind, you can simply press the undo button to get back to the previous stage. You can also press Ctrl plus Z on your keyboard to get the same effect. And in Microsoft Excel, you can go back to past 100 steps by using the undo option. Similarly, the redo option does the exact opposite. It redoes some of the changes you have undone. So this was about the undo and the redo options. One important thing to note is that once you save your workbook, you cannot undo the changes. For example, if you have replaced your earlier file with a new bad copy of the same file, you cannot undo those changes. The only thing that will save you in that situation is that if you have a backup of the earlier copy, so you can get that. Otherwise, you cannot undo the changes. Similarly, when using macros, when you make some changes in your workbook by with the use of macros, you cannot undo those changes. So remember to take care of those things when making changes to your workbook. One more important thing to remember in Microsoft Excel is the Excel ribbon. Whenever you click on a particular tab in Microsoft Excel, for example, I will click on a formulas tab. The ribbon, this area here is the Excel ribbon. It will display the options relevant to the formulas tab. Similarly, I click on the data tab and the ribbon displays the list of options that are relevant to the data tab. Similarly, when I click on the page layout tab, the ribbon displays the list of options that are relevant to the page layout tab. Similarly, in the home tab, the list of options, relevant options are displayed. So this area here is called the Excel ribbon. You can also make changes to the ribbon by right clicking anywhere on the Excel ribbon and clicking on the customize the ribbon option, and here you can add functions, add options to the ribbon, and you can also remove some of the options from the ribbon. Similarly, at the bottom of the screen here, this green area here is the status bar. It displays the summary information and other related these things. It displays the summary information of a range of cells selected. For example, I type some values in these 3 cells, and when I select these 3 cells, in the status bar you can see here at the bottom the average of these 3 cells is 3.666, count is 3, sum is 11. Similarly, you can also customize the information that is displayed in the status bar, like for example caps lock, num lock. Similarly, these are various options that you can display on the status bar. So I have turned num lock on, so when I click turn num lock on and off on my keyboard, it gets displayed here at the bottom of the screen. Similarly, with the caps lock on and off, it is displayed in the status bar. So this is about the status bar. So I think I have discussed all the main elements of an Excel screen, the various options displayed on the Excel screen. Hope this video has proved helpful. Thanks for watching.